Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Tab doesn't have flash, but does have the foresight to leave this tower. Plate's not going to be taken as there's the flash. Executed, right? That's what he's going to do, and perfect execution is there also for the first blood. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, Clear is in a little trouble, but he is able to walk it off, or run it off, as he gets underneath his turret as well. So the Fearless Foxes coming out pretty strong. Battle dance over to Henna. Thanks for the extra range, he says, as all right. Nature is grasping. Feathers are storming as well, though, so that's going to get Henna out of any dodge. As, yeah, this could be the time. World Ender has been procced. Now a teleport's coming from Clear as well. Fresh off a shot, Dawning Shadow flies in. And now they're looking to try and turn onto Rascal. They should be able to take him down. The Drake should also belong to DRX here. They are taking their time. A 1-for-1 as the top laners go down, and now Teddy's flashing for it. That is Sponge securing the dragon, and DRX on the board.
And a sacrifice that...
At this point in time, not going to be bullied, not allowing FearX to really gain any more advantages than what they picked up in the early game. That is going to be the steal, though, from Willett. And now the Nature's Grasp coming in. I should be denied here by DRX, but no, they are able to get on over the top, and now in comes Closer. Dash Cannon working out for him. Execute very, very low, but there is the first kill of the fight onto Sponge, and Rascal sort of left by his lonesome. He is still dangerous, and he's trying to zone. Permafrost going to be there as well as Henna with another Featherstorm fighting against Teddy. Teddy not there with the rest of his team, though, and it's just an extra kill for FearX, and they still sold. The fight coming up in a minute 20 is going to be the big one. Starting to stack these dragons, especially for a composition like DRX that, okay, in goes Closer. Wants to find Satab, and that's it. That's just a solo kill. Sponge comes on over with a celebratory ultimate, but he might just be food for the Akali as well. He's dashing forward. Sponge going to be tanky enough to survive. Is now Rascal. He's in trouble. World Ender comes down, knocked up into the sky. The Permafrost is there, and he is just taken out. FearX, they came to play today.
And Closer.
Rascal, he didn't know it in that moment, but he definitely figured it out.
Not again, not again, not again!
Oh no, Satab's under his turret this time! And Closer's able to tank that one up. Teddy looks for the flash forward, but the Piercing Darkness isn't going to be enough. Dash Cannon's going to be used. He'll have another back foot, but Teddy able to close the difference. He does, the distance, sorry. He does have his flash, but he's going to use it in order to escape. So Closer is going to be fine. And now Closer's going in once again. Bramble Smash is very good. They're not finding the engages as, oh, the pushback Clear saves it here for FearX. And Henna's able to lock down the kill onto the tree. Pleta trying to find an opportunity. He's very tanky. As this Tom Kench, and the Drake is going to reset. Trying to get as much space between them and their vision so that they can potentially grab some sort of objective. Clear, though, is now in potentially some trouble, although he is a Cassante. He can get himself out. Nature's Grasp going to be used, though, and DRX in better position right now. Willa goes over the wall. They get the Cassante, but now Closer's looking for that backline. Shuriken backflip doesn't quite work, but the perfect execution is going to be there. But now Teddy has the rest of his team. He's also got the Devour Shield, and now the flash forward is coming in. Another backflip comes down, and FearX, this is not the fight. When you're FearX, though, shouldn't you just say, all right, execute, what do we do? In a time like this, right, when you know you have such a lead, so much control, this could be Closer having a rough time as, oh my god! Okay, he's going for it, there's the kill. Now Rascal is trying his very best to get some revenge, but going 1-for-1, that's not really what you want, unless you can just kill Clear after he teleports in. The rest of FearX coming up here, and Sponge clearing our vision. He is.
And they're doing it!
Yeah, they've actually started the Baron. Sponge gets a ward in here. He does have a smite available, but there is a lot of damage in this pit right now. And Rascal, he's got Edge of Night. He's looking for it. They dive on forward. Execute trying to find the quickness. My god, he just melts. There is starting to be a lot of damage on this DRX squad as they do pull Sponge back. Permafrost comes in. Closer looks for the opportunity as the backflip. It connects onto his shroud, but not much more than that. They take down. Now considering trying to turn here as Willa kind of caught. 3 members moving on up. Nature is grasping. Oh, we actually hit A Glacial Prison this time around as Willa's over the wall. Closer's got on in there. He dashes a million miles away and does have perfect execution. Looks for Sponge with it, who does manage to take it here. The Devour going to be utilized on the Maokai. And Clear can tank this one up. Execute once again doesn't find the grand entrance. It's in goes Satab this time around, but he only finds the tank and then he explodes. That's Henna locking down that kill. Execute's going to somehow kill Rascal. And DRX, they went for the aggressive play, and unfortunately, even though it looks kind of cool, they get punished for it. As Henna has put down a lot of feathers behind this Baron, that will be taken down very, very quickly, but can they win the ensuing fight? This shield's just exploding to that dash cannon from Closer. Could be important moving forward as Clear's going to get snared. They take the Baron, but can they win the fight? That is the question. As in goes Execute, this time he'll find it! The center erupts into a pool of feathers, and now it's Closer just clearing it. FearX, they took their time, but they waited for the opportune moment, and now DRX's Nexus is in their sights.
Just waiting for the right opportunity. You gotta wait till the force tells you to go.
Exactly.
And right there, they went in and they got Teddy. Crucially, doesn't even get to flash. A little bit disjointed there, an attempt. DRX, a valiant effort, but it's not enough. As really hard to lock down, because looking at FearX, isn't actually that much reliable ways to lock down a LeBlanc, right? It's basically just Wheeler, and even a lot of his skills will have a decent amount of wind-up. Same for Execute, outside of his ultimate.
Ooh, there's an Emperor's Divide, just to tell Satab to leave, and he's going to get over that with a Mimic Distortion. Chains come in, that's a Glacial Prison, beautifully set up. Sponge is going to help take that one down, so first blood going over. As the scan comes in.
This game it's all set up right now.
Oh,
Atlas. Yeah. Inevitably, the payoff is going to come. They do know that Sponge is there. Well spotted on the ward. A lot of bot side vision here. Execute.
They are all just wrapping around. There's the knock-up. Crashdown comes on in as Pletter is very dead, but now can they answer back? 3 versus 2, but they're moving forward. Teddy utilizing that range advantage nicely, but fear this one. Teleports happening all over the place as the top laners make their way in. Sponge, Arctic Assault goes down. That's the secure on the Rift Herald. The eye picked up by Willer as well, as Rascal thinks he may have found an angle. Wants to get that all-out happening, but the CC is good. There's the Featherstorm as now Henna. He does still have Flash, and the all-out is going to be used. It's on to Willer, though, and he just Flash crashes, and he gets himself out, and now Execute dives forward. Sponge almost just dies, but Satab gets in amongst it. Closer with the Emperor's Divide Flash, and how are they doing this and surviving? Satab says, well, they're not Atlas. In fact, one of them is going to die. And he does.
And with a final dash forward, in trouble.
And control of the river currently in the hands of Fox. Henna relatively low though. You can see Vision getting cleared out. In comes the Udyr, but there's the Glacial Prison. Oh, the dive forward. The quickness is working as Sponge taking a lot of damage, but most importantly, he survives. And Willer, he's not so lucky. It's another one for Satab. And now Clear, he's in the firing line. And yeah, he's tanky, but that is 3 members of DRX, and Teddy gets himself on the board. That should be that Drake you were talking about. And I think we are careening towards a... Okay, he can swoop in, speaking of which. Does now know that there's probably some vision as Glacial Prison comes down. There's the crash down from Willer, though. They want to deal with the turret, and they are going to be able to do so. There's the flash out. Emperor's Divide finds 2. The quickness is going to be there as well, but Henna not quite enough damage onto Sponge. They're trying to focus him down, but Teddy gets excited. Satab is just going to deny the teleport. And now they take down the Sun Disc, and Teddy's still looking for more. I don't think he'll be able to get it. There we go, Clear. Down here towards the bottom side was denied the TP. But Execute has a full health bar, so yeah. I imagine he's going to go in pretty soon.
Also had Psycho Sword, which actually is really obnoxious because it procs right off of dashes. And Satab obviously doing a lot of that. As we see those trades. Very, very unfun to play into.
Okay, the quickness does come through as Satab should just explode here. He flashes, but that's a huge Magnet Storm. And now Satab's out of the fight. Emperor's Divide onto everyone, and Henna has taken out Teddy. And now it's the story of the Zyre as he cleans it up. That's a Quadra. And FearX, they did not want to play a game 3.
Out of nowhere, the 4-4.
Satab just wanting to extend this fight, trying to get them lower. Some control now as Rascal dashing forward, does find Closer. Glacial Prison does come down. It should be the Drake denied here, but it is going to be taken by Willa. That is going to be Infernal. Soulless Execute trying to get himself out. Emperor's Divide happens once again, and Rascal goes down. Satab just trying to clean up. He kills Closer once again, but Henna needs to get these autos through. The rockets are hitting so hard from Teddy, and Satab is now popping off. He will be taken down, but Teddy, he just wants to kill these Baron buffs. And Clear is having none of it. He's just going to kill Teddy. Now he's going to look for the next one. Boop and scoot, that's what we've got to do. And he's chasing after Pleta. Oh man, it's going to take a while, but I just don't think Pleta's going to be able to do anything about it. That's another kill going over to Clear. It's almost an ace, but I believe Sponge had respawned. The level of intensity is a bit higher. We don't need to go to the Orchard, as Satab will find Execute, and Execute is probably dead. Yeah, Glacial Prison is there in fanfare.
Backed on the board. So the one...
I think if I could play it... Oh, okay, in he goes! They managed to find Teddy, another massive Magnustorm, but the Devourer is going to be there, and now Teddy with a huge shield, trying to get something done. He flashes, he picks up the Tom Kench, and Teddy's still alive, and the Tom survives as well somehow, and now Teddy's real excited. That was a great attempt, or at least it sort of was. It just was not enough, and look at Clear. He's running, but I just don't think a boop and scoot is what this needs. And okay, Satab trying to soften them up, and Teddy is now moving on over. He is a raid boss right now. He is absolutely huge. And look at this, Satab dashing in and out and getting it done. They're not going to quite find it as Rascal gets into the backline. Empress Divide does 0, and DRX will just execute them. That's the ace. That is Exodia, and we are heading to game 3.
Not even gonna need it. It's the game win of the season, and it's off the back of a bounce back of Satab, and Teddy finally living his best.
Oh yeah,
Fountain Laser dreams.
This is the Teddy that we've been waiting for. I think Senna was a little bit late game. I think we hit the Jinx spike just in time. And DRX looking great here in game number 2. See how they do as we move towards game number 3. Furrowed brow,
and he's
exposed.
Like, he pulls, he gets the sword from the ground.
Yeah, and then his bandages just loosen up just a little bit.
And the wind starts. They know.
Setting a trap here. Maybe. As Closer is going back, does have teleport, can get himself back into the lane. Is Rascal being a Rascal. Behind the turret here is Pleta. Oh, here's the trap set up as Willa now looking for the opportunity, but they don't know. Satab moves on over. The Windwall did a fair bit of work there, and first blood actually goes to Willa somehow. Now Closer's looking for a kill, and he'll get it. Just stabs the Nautilus, and FearX, the plays upon plays upon plays, works out in their favor. Really?
No.
Punch and Dove were the last ones to play Yasuo Gragas?
In my head, it's
Didn't Canyon Showmaker play this like last week?
What I think it might have been is that it wasn't...
Rascal could be in trouble here.
I think Rascal's dead.
Yeah, he should be dead. That is just Clear locking down the solo kill. There we go. Was that at Worlds? It's been a long time since it's been played here in the LCK, and that was confirmed. Punch and Dove though. Phew. It's quite a while ago. But it was also the old variety of FearX. Of course, it became Live Sandboxes. All right, there it is. Knock up City. And Closer's going to very comfortably take that one down. This is what this composition does. You just stack on as many knock-ups.
His map movement, I think, really has been very impressive as we're taking a look at this. So they both start off at full health, and I think it gives a false sense of security. But the problem here is that it is super long trades where Udyr isn't actually able to get out, you know, maybe get a tornado off and from there continue onward. Particularly if all out is used, he's not going to be able to get through. Satab does have his flash available, but Closer actually starts buffering it, then flashes, so there's minimal response time, which didn't happen.
Yeah. And, you know, even his times on Gen G were marred by a few difficult times. And speaking of difficult times, that is a nice flash. The cast does come through as Execute, tanking for about a year, but he will burn down. Pleta sends his regards as now Clear could be in trouble. That is going to be a Glacial Prison. He is Cassante, but not Cassante enough, as Rascal has a circle with some heat inside. and is going to be able to take him down. Rooker, no. Am I saying a word that people understand?
Yeah, particularly at the end of a long day. It happens so often where I'm like, it's probably English. It's good enough. It's fine. Oh, Decisive goes back in.
It's a bit cute, and he's going to have to flash as Execute. He battle dances back towards Closer, so now without the flash could be dangerous times here as over the wall they go. Flash does come out, last breath onto Teddy though into that backline. Really nicely done. Another knock up here as Execute. That was not what you really wanted to do. Immediately 2 kills go down. And Teddy, he's saying that maybe that Atlas guy perhaps called this game a little bit early.
It looks like Satab crucially overextends. Goes back to the Yasuo to try and dodge. Might be in trouble here though.
Yeah, doesn't have flash now as immediately Closer's like, I will take my revenge. Thank you very, very much. And he will, actually looking to try and punish Henna here. Execute dives forward. He's being very frustrating, as LeBlancs tend to do, and he just dies. So there it is. Still buys a fair bit of time. Everyone's able to take down the Drake and move on. And we do have, once again, an Infernal Soul.
Free, and it's very fitting for any FearX game though.
Oh yeah.
Teddy, Teddy, why are you... Well, Willer is like, why are you here?
He's ganking Willer in his jungle. That's cathartic. He's just dead.
You could have left early.
Trying to waddle away. Henna eating some honey fruit. Should be all right. Satab dashing in. There's the grand entrance. Henna does find Rascal on the side of this fight. He's able to run away. He's not going to have the health bar to do that too many more times. Can Willer find that cask angle? They are kind of grouped up. Let's see whether they can get in there. In goes Execute in the last breath into the back line. Teddy trying to avoid it, but it's not going to work. The bot lane has been taken down, and now the flash from Close. He survives somehow, and they can't even blast go to safety. That is everyone dead but Satab.
And that's the problem right there.
I imagine a turn is going to be in the minds of FearX. Is clear, looking for that angle. Execute trying to get himself out of the way, but you can see Satab, if he has them in the position that he wants them, it can look really, really good here as there's the Glacial Prison. Connects onto Closer, but they only take him down halfway. Now Rascal is running around doing the things that he wants to do, but not really able to actually stop what FearX is trying here as the Blade Caller comes in. Sponge just steals it! Oh no, and now Teddy's trying to get these autos through clear. He's going to be able to take him down, but it's Satab that's the problem here. Oh, he takes him down as well, never you mind. Can we keep these Barons alive is the question. Well, Pledis is dead, and now there's an Udyr running amok, and I think he will be able to run away.
I think they're going to let this Drake go. I think they're looking for an inner here.
Yeah.
And that's not the worst counter. There is no ultimate available for Willer or Execute, so he can step up a little bit as Rascal.
Yeah, he is taking a lot of damage here from Henna. Blade Caller comes on forward. He's slowed down and just destroyed. They just layered everything. He couldn't run.
Can't do that. Can't get caught like that. Because that now frees up clear.
Yeah, and he can teleport up, try and stop this inner turret from falling down. Should be able to do so as now Willer finds a body slam onto Sponge. Just slightly overextended, but the hook is there from Pleta. Teddy, he might be able to finally get some free hits in, but no, he has to turn because their front line melts. 2 items are completed here for Henna. And FearX, I think, maybe
enough acquainted with Diablo 2. It's also like
it's very rare.
Kind of if Guild Force got a makeover, even though the item, like in looks, right? Not in what it does. As
Satab is going to be taken for a walk and then put in prison. Oh dear, he's dead. And DRX have got themselves a pick. This might give them some map control.
18 seconds, still Baron. This could be
pit. They need to try and do something here as Willer towards the top, and they don't have any information actually about where he is, but they wanted to go for a turn. They'll find the knock-up. They get on top of Closer, but he's still alive, and into the backline he goes. Teddy evaporates. Sponge also unable to soak that damage as he tries to escape, but it does not work, and they are just magnetized to the carries of DRX, and FearX maybe, just maybe, that was Execute's plan all along.
He knew Atlas. He knew. He knew the ways.
He's going for the 1v1 into Rascal.
Okay, so hear me out. What happened there is actually the patience from DRX, the lack of patience.
Yeah.
It comes back to haunt them because I think if they played slower, they poke with states if they could kill him. But this is a semi-tank closer. He has shield though. He has a...
He's got an Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yeah. He's not going down in a matter of seconds, and with that DRX...
They're going to take down the Nexus, and FearX, a 2-1 victory, and big grins on their faces as well. I believe that moves them to 2-2 here in the LCK as well.
These were some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.